What in tarnation is... What a sight to be greeted by when you log into the... Jeez, okay. Oh no, oh no, oh. What is happening here? What? Okay, well, if that ain't the weirdest thing I've ever seen to start off an episode of Minecraft, I don't even know. I guess welcome back to Witchcraft, everybody. That has absolutely thrown me for a loop. What has happened? So, after I finished working on stuff last episode, I went back to my base to do some gathering. As you can see, I did some mining. And that's a lot of chickens. So I saw there's some chickens over here. Oh, another family of chickens. Okay. This is very strange. I have no idea what has happened here. Yeah, well, goodness. Okay, I might need a second to collect myself after that. That was bizarre. So apparently, there's a lot of chickens in my base, though. I don't know how they got here. But they're here now. If I had to guess, I would say it's one of two things. Either somebody came and egged my base, or a whole lot of chicken jockeys came through the nether portal. But that would mean that my base would have had to have been loaded, and there's nobody really playing in the area, and I don't know why somebody would be over here just hanging out. I don't have any big farms running or nothing. So yeah, that's very strange. I wonder here. Oh. No, I don't see anything missing. So I don't think anybody came over to use one of my farms. You see, it's all still pretty full. Why not have another one? Huh, yeah, so I'm thinking somebody must have egged my base. That's very weird. I don't see any signs or a book or any indication that somebody pranked me. But anyways, before we head out, today in this episode, we are going to go back to the flower farm for a little while. I've got a few more things to work on and a few things to show you. So is there anything here? Anything in this? Oh. Well. It wasn't me. It was the man in the chicken costume. Wait a second. What do you mean it was the man in the chicken costume? Does Grian know no bounds? Oh, Lord. Okay, so apparently Emily came by and egged my base. That's pretty funny. Oh, you know what? I was going to go through here to go to the flower farm, and instead, I'm realizing now that I don't have the portal set up yet. So we're gonna have to go back and go there by flying. I did a lot of work on the flower farm. In between episodes, I put a little bit of work into finishing it up and getting it all ready to go, testing the redstone, all that good stuff, and ran into a bit of a problem. I'm doing okay on time. So yeah, that's really unfortunate. I ended up spending several hours working on it. How fortuitous that it's raining. Just gonna fly right over this way. It's not far. Actually, I suppose we can use the trident to speed up a little. Oh, too fast. Too fast. Yeah, see, it's not far at all. As you can see, there's some work that has been done. But yeah, I spent a lot of time working on the redstone because it was not behaving the same way it did on my single-player testing world, which is really unfortunate, really irritating. Also, we have updated to 1.14.3. That update is out now. Oh, that means that I can replace those. I have to remember to do that. So there's a couple of things that I will need to do to get this thing fully up and running, but let me show you what I've done so far. So I have gone ahead and implemented the entrance to the farm, because as you can see, it's all closed up around here. So I went ahead and built the entrance, and if you've seen Doc M's recent videos, you might know what's coming. So I built this nice little shed. Figure if I've got the conservatory, as I'm calling this area, figure it needs a little shed. So I built this little shed. Really digging this shed. I think it looks really nice. Got the acacia look to go with the acacia over there, but you know, not a complete mirror. So I like it. I know we've got the vanilla tweak data pack thing to make posable armor stands, but Zing hasn't implemented a way to get it yet, so I think it might be cool to put some tools in here and stuff if we get that going. But of course, we've got a secret entrance. If you open up this barrel, ba-bam. So Doc M recently showed a video about a zero-tick block situation for moving the composter or a cauldron out of the way and letting you fall through. So I have used that design here, and I've just taken an observer output from a barrel. So when you open the barrel, it triggers. So you jump on in and pop on through. So I will decorate this tunnel, of course. I haven't done any decorating down here. But yeah, I guess while I'm here, I'll show you. This is the way out. It is, of course, just a simple composter minecart thing. Just the same thing, sort of like how he showed in his video. So it's nothing too crazy, but it's kind of neat. I really like it. So yeah, let's move on. Down here, this has got a lot of stuff temporarily set up so I can work on a few things. In the edit, of course, I posted that this will not have every flower. I actually learned something, and maybe you didn't know this either, but flowers determine what flower will be grown on a grass block, excuse me, based on its coordinates. So like if I've got a grass block here, so I can illustrate this. So this grass block, if you bone meal it, it will either grow grass or a flower, and that flower that grows will always be the exact same type of flower. It's not random in any way. It's just a chance to be grass or flower. And so the flower that grows will always be the same one. And it's in sort of a gradient. So like there'll be this little area that'll be this one type of flower, and then going out from it, there'll be another little area around it, and in that area there'll be a different flower, so on and so forth. And it follows a specific order, particularly in like the flower forest. So the downside of that is the farm, based on its placement and me not knowing that, it only grows 4 of the different flowers. But that's okay, because there are other flowers that can very easily be farmed that will make up for the missing dyes. And that's what these slots over here are for. So I've got a slot here for the sea pickle, for, what is that, lime dye, I think? And over here, a spot for cocoa beans for the brown dye. And these are like little nano farms, the, you know, rapid ones. I think both of them, are actually Exumavoid designs, maybe. One definitely is. The other one might be a Doc design. I don't remember. Of course, once I build them, I will, of course, credit them. And then these are just my own designed little 2 tall flower bone meal farms. They're really simple. So that'll, because the other dyes that I'm missing can be grown with the 2 tall flowers. So yeah, not too bad. And also, in thinking about it, I'm fairly confident that this sorting system is going to get overwhelmed by the sheer amount of items coming through. So I may end up having to scrap the sorter altogether and just let it do what it do. So, unfortunate. But what are you going to do? Okay, so this area looks a little different as well. Like I said, I was having trouble getting the farm to behave the way it did on my testing world. So I spent a couple hours tweaking it and trying to figure out what was going on. The pistons were just pulsing so fast that they would get out of sync and only the one side would fire. And so it would work for a few seconds and then bam, totally stop. I could turn it off, turn it back on, and it'd pulse a few times and then stop. Really irritating. I couldn't figure out what was going on, and while I was going back and forth between my single player world and this world looking at what was going on, suddenly my single player Redstone world started doing the same thing. So I have no idea what happened, because this bad boy was like 30% faster than most of the other flower farms that I've seen, but not anymore. So unfortunate, but I did make some changes and came up with something that seems to work. I don't know if it's as fast. I haven't had a chance to run any major tests, so it might not be as fast, but it's still pretty darn fast. It's at least as fast as your standard one, so that'll have to do. Now, you may be wondering what happened to the levers to activate it. I've swapped those out for something I'm very pleased with, and this activation circuit is super gnarly. That's because I had to get these tripwire hooks in those exact spots, at least in this direction and vertical. They could have been further back that way, but they had to be sort of in that line, in line with those note blocks. So, or right above them, rather. But anyways, these are the activation switches, which of course, like I said earlier, if you watch Doc M's videos, this is another one of his showcase designs for wireless redstone, and after seeing that video, I just thought it was so cool I had to use it. So this uses wireless redstone activation as well. So if I right-click on one of these note blocks, it will activate the farm, and there is nothing in between these tripwires. I mean, you can see there's no hook here, there's no string, the hook is on the other side of the wall, and it will activate. So I'll show that. And as you can see, and I do need to go back, I've tested sticky pistons instead just to see if it was something weird, but I need to replace the sticky pistons with normal pistons because it's acting a little funny when I turn it off. So I'll have to fix that. But as you can see, it is running. Right click again, and it turns back off. So yeah, very cool. I'm very excited about that. Of course, I will link Doc's video for that. If you haven't seen it, it is super worth a watch. It's very interesting figuring out how that worked. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. It's a silly thing, and I could have just used levers or something, but it was just the opportunity to activate this wirelessly was too good to pass up. So, I have done a lot of talking and not a whole lot of anything else, unfortunately. So now that I've pretty well got you up to speed, the next thing I'm going to do is flesh out the interior here, get it a little decorated. I've been gathering materials. I've got some stuff here, so you can get an idea of what I'm doing for decoration. Got some stuff in here, and I will need to grab an ender chest. I left it upstairs to get the last of the stuff. So I'll probably time-lapse that. So, and of course, if you were paying super eagle-eye attention, you'll notice that I have fabric loader installed, so you could probably guess what's about to happen. Replay mod. I regret to inform you that replay mod broke. It's a sad day indeed, and there will be no replay mod fancy time lapse, which makes me very sad. But alas, not a whole lot I can do about it. It crashed my game when it was saving the replay, so rip and pepperoni, but what are we gonna do? But I can go ahead and show you what I did. So this is what we've got going on here. Nothing too crazy. Honestly, I'm tempted to remove the little struts that I've got going across here. Felt like the room needed something in the middle, and yeah, I think it might be too much since the redstone contraption is in the middle. So maybe we will get rid of that. I don't know. It is what it is. I will need to pull all of this closer by 1 block and get the chests reoriented and all that. But other than that, it's pretty much good to go. I will, of course, have these builds to put in. But yeah, I think maybe next time we'll do all this stuff over here. And of course, I'm gonna have to fix up the tunnel. But yeah, anyways. So actually, after the replay broke, I didn't record or edit or anything for like almost a week. With the 4th of July and everything going on and my wife working extra weekends and things like that, just haven't really been playing the games. So there has been some bit of a delay for me. And of course, pretty much the day after I recorded the first part of this episode, Ilmango released a video for his flower farm, and it absolutely destroys this one. So that's really unfortunate. I was tempted to rebuild this and just use his design, but, I mean, first of all, I don't need that many flowers, because I think his is like 90,000 drops an hour or something insane. I'm talking to deposit some of this. Actually, carry this with me. Put that back home. But yeah, it's insane, and I don't need that much of the material. But definitely recommend giving that a look, though. And I also kind of like the idea of having the upper area there be visible, and you know, the grass and all that. So naturally going to stick with this design for now. Oh, I gotta plug that back up. Of course, I don't have it on me. Okay, so in between episodes, I will get the stuff down in the collection area straightened out and all finished up design-wise. And then we'll probably work on slotting in some of the other builds. Maybe we'll do something else, I don't know. And of course, what's left to do here is obviously to decorate the island. Another portal over there, and the nether hub. Tunnel situation needs to be handled. But yeah, I do want to make this sort of a lot more naturey, rather. Put in some trees, some bushes, you know, flowers, grass, all sorts of good stuff. Little, you know, like lamps and lanterns scattered around. I want it to look like a nice, like, garden area, all nice and manicured up and made to look real nice, with that fancy little nether portal over there. And yeah, it's gonna be good. So unfortunately, I spent a lot of time updating you on what I've done in between episodes, and didn't leave a whole lot of time to actually get stuff done, other than getting the interior downstairs built up. So unfortunately, that is all the time I have this week. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you being here. If you liked this episode, be sure to leave a like. It helps me out a lot. And if you really liked it and want to be notified when I upload new videos, be sure to hit subscribe, ding the bell, all that good stuff. Oh, that's not a good spot for a torch. But anyways, like I said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya.